Do not envy the oppressor, and choose none of his nor her ways, for the preserved person is an abomination to the Lord, but his secret counsel is with the upright. Let us not become conceited, provoking one another, envying one another. Jealousy is like a fire that burns from within the self. Jealousy is like a fire on the stove. Use it, but don't get burned by it. Jealousy is an enemy of man and woman, an enemy who lives inside a man and a woman, an enemy who slowly robs the man or woman of happiness, an enemy who will keep the man and woman in darkness. Use the fire of jealousy to cook yourself a healthy dish of growth. Use the fire to light, not use the fire to burn. Never go around spreading fire of jealousy in the lives of others. If you are striving for ease, be aware of jealousy. If you are striving for peace, be aware of jealousy. If you are striving for love, be aware of jealousy. If you are striving for liberation from pain and suffering, be aware of jealousy, always complete to elevate your mood, never complete to drain your mood. People struggle with jealousy more times we like to admit, and it has often made them feel guilty because they shouldn't think that way. We shouldn't be jealous. We are all made in God's image and should be happy and rejoice when others succeed, especially for the kingdom. Right. Yet why do we still struggle with feeling of discontentment and envy seriously? Let us think about it and ask herself these questions. The truth is all of us have dealt with some form of jealousy along the way. It can be a sneaky and ugly sin of the heart that often stays hidden, and is many times the undetected culprit that reaps havoc in our spiritual lives and relationships. If you resonate with any of the following statements, there may be jealousy is something you have struggled with too. I need to be the smartest, best looking, most achieved, or funniest person in the room. Or I don't have many close friends relationships because it is hard for me to feel secure. And most relationships, I have a deep fear of being unnoticed. I'm pretty sure we all have been through their unworthy or involved. I put a lot of my identity and who I know, especially when it comes down to social media platforms and acquaintances and family. What do I do? What I have, or what I've achieved. I feel good when I know others are jealous of me. I know I'm doing something right. They say if you don't have any haters, you're doing something wrong. But at this point, I know I'm doing something right in my life. I'm achieving my goals, setting my priorities, and not letting people cross the line. People continually compare themselves with others, and they feel like they fell short or I am less than. I see that with a lot of people, especially in these platforms. It takes a lot of effort to say something nice about someone else. Many people care a lot about what people think of themselves and struggle to understand how God's love is significant. You are not alone. The more honest we can be about these things with ourselves and God, the wider the door opens to receive His grace, wisdom, and power to overcome them. Not everyone is jealous about the same thing or for the same reasons. Sometimes these desires stem from fear, insecurity, or deep disappointment. These pains of the heart may lead to one to envy others. These pains of the heart are not a sin. They are side effects of living in a human body with a beating heart that beats and bleeds. God deeply cares about our hearts, fears, insecurities, and disappointments. Psalm 34, 2:18 to 19. However, envy that grows into jealousy, which grows into idolatry, can become a great hindrance in our spiritual lives. Jealousy is a matter of the heart, and what lives in the heart reveals itself and how we think, feel, and act. Even after someone becomes a believer in Jesus and has a new identity in Christ, they still living in the flesh and will struggle with earthly things that need to be put to shame. Our salvation comes when we believe in the gospel of Jesus Christ, but our sanctification comes as we continually grow in His likeness throughout our life. That being said, let's clarify a few things. I don't like to go there, but I think it's important to distinguish when the struggle of jealousy becomes sinful. Not all admirations or desire are sinful. Suppose I were to notice something someone has and desired to have that thing. That in and of itself is not a sin. However, if I idolize that thing, then it's a sin, or if the object of my desire is not pleasing to God, and I continually long for that thing without reservation, then it becomes sinful. Or as I recognize the jealousy in my heart, and don't seek the Lord to help to overcome it, and allow it to grow roots and bitterness, then it becomes sinful. Jealousy is linked to converting, which is a form of idolatry of the heart, is when we make God out of our desires. So, when you desire something, take the place of God and always spread love.